Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you about how much you should be feeding your leopard gecko. Leopard geckos are insectivores. This means they can only eat insects. Leopard geckos can only eat live insects, so dried ones won't be much good to you. The most popular feeder insects to feed leopard geckos are dubia roaches, mealworms, morio worms, and crickets. I don't use crickets myself, so you'll have to make do with this bad drawing. With all feeders, your first step is to make sure you gut load. Gut loading is where you feed your insects good foods, so they have no parasites and they're as nutritious as possible. To gut load, you leave the food in with your insects for 24 hours before feeding. There are several different types of fruits and vegetables you can use for your feeders, but the best options are carrots, potatoes, leafy greens, and apples. Try to feed your feeders as varied a diet as possible. I use a mixture of fruits, vegetables, and roach chow. When feeding, make sure to keep an eye out for dead animals and for fruits and vegetables that were left over from the previous feed. For my mealworms and morio worms, the fruits and vegetables that I leave in act as their water source. They're on a bed of oats, so they can eat that as well. But the apples and carrots I find just help them live longer, and when the mealworms pupate, it makes healthier beetles. Make sure the fruits and vegetables don't go mouldy over time, and to remove them as soon as they've dried out. I breed my own mealworms, so in my tub with my darkling beetles, I have some roach chow in the corner with little steps for them to be able to get in and out, and then you'll see in the blue cap underneath I have some water crystals. So they still get fruits and vegetables as kind of a boost, but the water source is actually some water gel crystals that are left in there at all times. Again, just like the darkling beetles, my morio beetles have a water source of the water crystal gel and some roach chow, but get the carrots and apples as an extra kind of boost to encourage them to breed so that I get more morio worm eggs. Next, you can look at how often to feed your Leo and how much to feed each time. As a general rule, you should offer your gecko as much food as they will eat in 15 minutes. Geckos between the ages of 0 and 9 months are considered juveniles. Juveniles should be fed once a day every day. When they reach 9 months, they are considered an adult. Adults should be fed every second to third day. For underweight geckos, you should offer as much as they will eat in 5 to 10 minute intervals, as you don't want them to regurgitate their food. Make sure all food you offer is gut loaded, and make sure to offer food that is dusted with calcium, D3 and multivitamins regularly. One thing I see come up very often with underweight geckos is waxworms. I never advise for people to try fatten their geckos with waxworms. Waxworms are very addictive, and although geckos love them, they're very high in fat and too many can result in fatty liver disease, which can ultimately lead to death. Waxworms should be given as a treat occasionally or not at all. My geckos only get a waxworm as a boost midway through the breeding season. So in a nutshell, the best thing you can do is feed your gecko as many gut-loaded, dusted feeders as they will take in 15 minutes. Every day for juveniles, and every second to third day for adults. That's it for this video. If you like the video, leave a like, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll try my best to help. Thank you for watching.